Punch sound, woman scream, Opie and Anthony.
That's right.
Opie and Anthony.
And it's sort of Jimmy Day. It's sort of Jimmy Day.
It turned into sort of Jimmy Day. Jesus.
The faithful listeners understand, but maybe for the casual listeners, we've been trying to get this Jimmy Day together because Jimmy's going to be at Tower Records tonight, 6 p.m.
Yep.
Broadway and 66th Street.
We're all going to be down there.
Anthony and I will definitely be there. Most of the crew from the Opie and Anthony Show will be there. It's pretty much our first appearance since going back to commercial radio, so we're expecting a pretty nice crowd. We'll have lots of stuff to give away, including Jimmy's HBO comedy special that he did. He's going to be signing copies of that, about 200 to 250 of those. Then he's got the Lucky Louie premiere episode or what have you from HBO that he's going to be signing.
Yeah, Linda Stasi is going to be handing them out on her hands and knees with an apple in her mouth, like the pig that she is. She's going to hand them out.
Bad review, was it?
It wasn't bad. It was actually kind of what I expected from her.
Let me tell you something. If you haven't been following, Jim Norton is part of Lucky Louie that's debuting on HBO this Sunday at 10:30, right after Entourage. A great spot.
Fantastic
for
spot.
a brand new show. And we've been reading the reviews off and on this week, and most of them have been good reviews.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're getting killed in the San Francisco Chronicle, I heard.
Yeah.
That douchebag we talked to yesterday, who a lot of the listeners didn't care for the way I handled it. Die. Him and the Newark Star-Ledger heard. There's going to be some that hate us, but this one I
Of course.
Can I tell you something? If Linda Stasi likes Lucky Louie, then you're in deep trouble.
Linda Stasi.
There are people you don't want to like your project. I'm telling you right now. Because if Linda Stasi's sitting there laughing with the girls as she watches Lucky Louie, you guys are in deep trouble.
She's a soccer mom, and she's a pig, and I never liked her.
Well, she said some, crappy things about us when we got fired.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I swear, and I said this, and lawyers told me to shut the hell up. But when I do see her, because it does happen, eventually you do see these people live, I will spit in her face.
Ooh.
No problem. And then they debated if that's a crime and this and that, blah, blah. I don't give a crap. If I see Linda Stasi, for the crap she said personally about my parents, I will spit in her stupid face.
Do you think she'll take two fingers, wipe it off, and go,
I would have no problem punching her in the face, but that would obviously be a real deal and a real
That's
problem.
assault.
You can still fantasize about it.
No, but I will definitely spit in her face. And I'll make sure I eat it like a candy bar or something. Just get it all
Chocolate milk.
chocolate milk.
Gets it all clammy.
Get my mouth working where, you could do that saliva spit that goes all the way down the floor and then
you could
suck it up.
Suck it back up.
That's the kind of spit that's going to land on her face when I finally run into that bitch. Oh, she's all brave. These people, hiding behind their columns and stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking they're going to be cute. And talk about how my parents must be awful people to raise someone like me and someone like Anthony. Our parents had nothing to do with our Sex for Sam thing.
My parents were awful people, but that's none of her business.
That's right.
Damn it.
The mullet.
Our parents have nothing to do what we choose to do on the radio.
Yes.
You pig. So today in the New York Post, she gives Lucky Louie no stars.
But that's better than 4.
No stars for Lucky Louie.
None of those pesky stars getting in the way of the review.
No
Stars are distracting. No stars.
This was one I saw coming. I even said to Lou, we talked the other day, I'm like...
You know what program gets no stars? A program that's a half hour long that is just a blank black screen.
Right.
That should get no stars.
No stars.
Because it didn't even start to do anything.
It should at least get 1 star that the actors showed up.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to acknowledge at least they threw something on TV.
Yeah.
0 stars means that your cable went out while you were trying to review the thing.
You know what I'm
0 stars.
0 stars.
Self-centered ass I am. I'm so happy that even through the bad reviews, so far, nobody has badmouthed the acting. That's all I was worried about. Is someone going to say, the show was okay, except for Jim Norton, his weak novice acting.
Oh, no.
I was panicking about.
I watched it last night.
Ooh.
Now, I hadn't watched it through all these reviews and everything, so I popped in the disc last night, and, geez, perish the thought HBO sent over a copy without the ghost of the HBO
God.
over the whole thing. So it looked like in certain scenes people had sunburn on their cheek in the shape of a D from the middle of the O.
That wasn't meant for that was just meant to be given out at comedy clubs for fans.
What about me, Jimmy?
I agree.
What about I gave it 0 stars because of the HBO logo in front. No,
that's actually the final copy. They have that.
I watched it. I thought it was very funny. And that with the girl, the little girl's adorable. And then her saying why at the beginning. That guy didn't get that scene.
Do you see what I'm saying? How he reviewed it backwards?
Built,
right.
And it wasn't just... If she had asked why about the questions that a child has and the father's just answering each one legitimately and logically, it would be boring. It would be a boring scene.
Right.
But that built because it got so awkward because he's now answering these philosophical questions that he's been asking himself. It's his inner dialogue now saying why and him answering himself. The kid is there as a prop at that moment. He didn't get that part of the joke.
Right.
The black guy is very funny. He's very good.
Liner. Yeah, he's great. SNL.
And I'm just going to call him the black guy.
That's all we call him on the set.
But he's very good.
Hey, Token, it's time for a scene.
He's very good.
Sorry.
And the whole dynamic there, the way Louis, for some guilt-ridden reason, is trying to get him as his friend, is very funny. I like that.
It's silly, and he's not a typical black guy on TV. He's deadpan. He's not shuck and jive, and it's just
When they give him the chance to be friends again, and he comes over and the dinner's on the table already over, and they're just standing at the door disgusted.
Yeah.
How many stars?
Me?
Yeah.
First episode, the only one I saw, 3 stars.
3 stars, man.
And I know that's one of this is a show that has what they call legs. Like I could see the character building. First show of anything. Watch the first Seinfeld. The characters aren't developed yet.
The first Seinfeld is awful.
It's awful. The characters aren't what they ended up being after even a few weeks in. They started really feeling who they were and getting a grasp of the character. And I'm sure that happens in any sitcom. And you realize what your character is and make more of it.
And our own little Jimmy Norton only has 1 scene in the first episode, but as the series goes, I hear you get a lot more scenes.
Yeah, and you're just scary and creepy.
Did you see his, unshaven?
He was unshaven.
All the way down to his Adam's apple. I didn't know you could grow, facial hair.
He's all belligerent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your facial hair is weird because you have none where you're supposed to have it, way up here. Right. It starts on your lower jaw and then continues all the way down to your Adam's apple.
He's got 1,800 politician hair.
Right, if it grew in. Right.
I look almost like Al Zarqawi on the cover of these magazines.
By the way, we're going to be all over the ball field. We'll talk about Al Zarqawi on the front page of all the New York papers. Here's Linda Stasi. I never forgot this. Good riddance.
It did. One more thing, though.
Yeah.
When it ended, the first episode, it did leave me wanting more. I was like, we get 1 episode? I should have the whole catalog.
The critics got 4 episodes, and this is what bugged me about certain things that were said, which I can't say what plot lines are. You're not allowed to, except for the pilot.
Yeah.
Certain things typical sitcom, but it's dude, if you wait till this one and that one, certain things are addressed very differently. That's what kind of irritated me.
Right.
I think it's a good show.
All right, listen.
The wife's got a hot little body on her there.
Pam, she's Bobby on King of the Hill.
Yes, she is. Good riddance to radio cancers. Backing up a little bit. This is from August 25th, 2002. Oh, yes, I hold a grudge. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Linda Stasi, whatever. The Catholic Church, which has been rocked by
Linda Al-Zarqawi,
by more sex scandals than Bill Clinton. Well, almost. Then she has to write in parentheses. Well, almost.
She's funny.
The Catholic Church, which has been rocked by more sex scandals than Bill Clinton. Well, almost. Managed to take the heat off themselves last week by finally getting a couple of perverts fired.
That's funny.
No, not priests. That's why God invented rehab, medication, and meditation.
Let me say something.
She makes jokes about actual
pedophilia
abuses of pedophilia going on in the church.
Right. This is what we brought up yesterday, how the stupid news people won't comment on some of the horrific real things out there, but they have no problem commenting on some dopey thing we do on the radio.
A double joke, one about that, another one about a president of the United States using the Oval Office as his little sex den, yet we are the scumbags in this whole story that she writes.
Linda Stasi is fat-faced and kind of ugly, and she has almost a mullet, and it annoys me. I don't like her almost mullet.
But now you're making her sound hot.
Hand in her
tasty.
face.
The firing furor concerned rabid radio retards Opie and Anthony. Furor. The firing furor What?
She's just sorry. I had to give the salute when you say that.
Concerned rabid radio retards Opie and Anthony. Two of the most mean-spirited women haters ever on the air. I'm all for free speech, pal. That's what she writes.
Mean-spirited women haters. We're fun women haters.
That's right. We don't hate women. We hit them and then go, come on, we're kidding.
I'm all for free speech, pal. That's how I make a living.
Here they are. When they're all for free speech and they say it, they're not.
There's a problem. There's an asterisk coming.
Right.
But you lose me when you think breast cancer is funny.
We didn't say funny. We said hot.
But that's not why they were given the boot.
No.
It took a radio stunt that went as sour as one of their jokes to do the deed. What? It took a radio stunt that went as sour as one of their jokes.
As sour as one of our jokes.
Oh, like our jokes all go sour.
They all go sour. We
Every
leave
once
them
in a
out.
while.
I tell you, refrigerate the jokes, E-Rock.
She's a gal that doesn't take any gunk, though.
I say pasteurize our jokes.
They're going sour.
They should be salted.
Can't we get some Parmalat jokes? They last in the cabinet. Christ.
The two geniuses offered points to any equally dopey, nearly as unattractive half-wits willing to have sex inside St. Pat's.
What?
Nearly as unattractive. Hey, I'm very attractive.
I think I'm going to get the first dump today.
I'll say you are.
I actually forgot where we were.
And the second one on principle. It's nice to stop that after the S is already out.
I completely forgot where we were.
Way to go, Anthony. Yeah. The two geniuses offered points to any equally dopey, nearly as unattractive half-wits willing to have sex inside St. Pat's.
Hey, good morning, you.
A couple out-of-towners stepped in and dropped them before the cops showed up and cuffed them, which, given the circumstances, was probably a thrill. Because they were handcuffed as they.
That they probably dug it instead of it being bad, it was kind of like a sexual
thing, possibly. Yeah,
she is a laugh riot.
Let me tell you something. Like a lot of people don't think that fat middle-aged women are funny writers, but this one is good.
She's a douche.
That's why she has a job in the paper.
Let's see. All right. Why it took a stunt in a church to get these guys yanked off the air is what's so puzzling, really. Does it have to involve religion for people to get outraged? Their station, NEW, should have pulled their sorry butts off the air when they had a celebration after a woman who had criticized them got breast cancer and had to have a radical mastectomy.
Did that happen?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either, you jackass.
Why were they allowed to make jokes about how great it would be to have her pose topless with her missing breast? I was sickened.
Didn't say
that. A quick question.
I would love to know what she's talking about.
Quick question. I know we're going to
get this. And I guarantee we could defend it.
But why should that be okay? I don't know, Pig. Why should it be okay for the paper you work for to have a picture of Al Zarqawi's dead face, which they should have on the front, with a little cartoon circle saying "Warm up the virgins" on it?
Tee-hee.
Tee-hee. Tee-hee. Why should that be okay?
Ugh. And then downplaying the story. The New York Post, gotcha. It's Al Zarqawi dead. Dead as a doorknob. This is okay for the kids to see, by the way. But God forbid you try to have adult talk on a radio show. I don't
mind the face. It's to warm up the virgins. It's in
I think this should. I certainly think this should be on the front page of every paper in America, of course. But we're so hypocritical. God forbid there's a breast in the paper. Or God forbid we have an adult conversation on the radio. Then it's like, whoa, hey, we got to protect the children.
A lot more disturbing.
But then right below the dead picture, how America. Oh wait, it's actually the other one. Sorry, it's the Daily News. 4 stars. Car zooms into fast lane.
Talking about the cartoon Cars.
Well, this is what we were talking about yesterday. How they can't help themselves.
Yeah, their headline is "Smoke."
It's one of the sickest dead guy pictures in recent memory on the front page of all the New York papers, and the Daily News right under the dead guy. 4 stars. Car zooms into fast lane.
So it says, smoked. Warplanes take out Al-Qaeda's top terrorists in Iraq. Bush could be turning point. Coverage begins on page 2 and 3. Car zooms into fast lane. 4 stars.
It looks like he got run over by a car.
You know who I think hated us too is the broad from Newsday. They shouldn't allow broads. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be allowed to do what you do. Look, you cook, you reproduce. Godspeed. You should not be reviewing comedy. That's not what broads do.
Yeah, keep the broads to, like, the advice columns, things like that.
How about hints from Heloise?
Make sure the Sudoku is all organized nice on one page.
Absolutely.
Steven wants to know, at any point in her article, does she say, and I like to laugh as much as the next gal? Steve from Bayshore tearing it up.
All right.
She does if the next gal is Hedda Nussbaum.
So getting back to this article, which is obviously very old, but I never forgot. And now with her doing a 0-star review on Lucky Louie, we figured we'd bring this up today.
Let's be honest. That really says something. When someone gives me 0 stars, there's like a little bit more going on than just not enjoying. I've not enjoyed programs, but I've never not enjoyed a program like 0.
0.
Silly goose.
0.
I've sat through zeros that I thought were like zeros, but at least I sat through them and watched it.
They're not 0. They're not 0 stars. It has to be a half a star at best.
A blank screen, like you said. A blank
screen is 0 stars, but then again, maybe people would enjoy that. They would meditate to it and go, that was some terrific meditation, and I'm going to give it 3 stars.
Relaxing.
All right, the next time I tuned into the show, so she gave us 2 shots, I guess, back in the day. The second and last time I tuned in, which I had to do for my day job.
Wow.
She doesn't have to listen to this show for her day job.
And her boss say, put on the Opie and Anthony show. But I don't want to. You're at work, miss.
They were asking moms to call in and tell them what disgusting things they do to score a couple of Britney Spears tickets for their kids.
We did do that.
Yes. We used to play a game, and we'll do it again. Mommy, what would you do for Britney Spears tickets? Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we'll be playing the exact game. It'll be for something else.
Sure.
Right, we'll do it, yeah. Who wants to see a fat, Britney Spears?
Pregnant mess.
Who wants to see Britney Spears sing the same songs with a lasagna belly?
The only thing that made it good was her body.
Right.
She did these elaborate stage shows where she would faux taking a bath in some skin-colored tight bodysuit. It was great. Then she flings herself on a bed while some gay black dancer makes like he's having sex with her. That's fine. I could care less if she could sing or not. Now?
Ugh.
Ooh, ugh. Looks like rising dough coming out of the top of her pants.
This doesn't sound good in writing, but it makes me laugh still to this day. One woman volunteered to have sex with her daughter in front of them.
One woman volunteered to have sex.
And then she writes, they thought that was just great. Of course we did.
Who wouldn't?
Every man in America thinks that would be great to see.
Including the father and husband in that family.
Right.
How do you not enjoy that, you goose?
They were all of age, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, she continues, I don't know what happened because by then I was projectile vomiting.
Oh, were ya?
And forgot to bring a radio into the bathroom with me.
You probably didn't forget to bring cake, though, did you, fat face?
A little binging and purging going on there.
A little projectile vomiting would be good for you.
Then she writes, fired. They should all have been arrested.
Ooh.
Wow.
Baba!
Ta-da!
You have that?
Yeah.
Hold on. We should. That needs a little drama to it, Opie.
Yeah.
That was a statement.
All right. You're absolutely right.
David Cassidy Hare from 1976 made a statement, and I want it to be addressed properly.
All right.
Oh, they made fun of my appearance.
What was the line?
The arrested line.
Oh, fired. They should all have been arrested.
Oh, this bitch stinks.
She's a hack. Excuse me. Who'd want morons like that for listeners anyway? Oh, yes, WNAW, that's who. And, of course, that squeaky voice guy from the Sam Adams beer commercials who happens to be the brewery owner. Didn't you know? Didn't you know?
Why don't you shut up, you whore?
The contest was called Sex for Sam 3. The prize, a trip to the Sam Adams Brewery, O&A's major sponsor. Instead, the copulating couple may get a trip to beautiful Rikers Island. All expenses paid.
Wow.
Ooh.
She's great.
Ooh.
I like how she's writing gritty and This is like noir.
Yeah.
She's got like a writing style. What's that guy's name?
Raymond Chandler?
That's a good one.
She should have like a fedora. She's Sam Slade. She tells it like it is, honey.
Who's the guy who used to do the light beer commercials? And he had like
Mickey Spillane.
Mickey Spillane. That's who she is. And she looks like him.
I can't believe I actually knew something today.
Mickey Spillane.
So she's at it again. Lucky Louie.
Rikers Island, all expenses paid. Whore.
Oh, she really is.
So Lucky Louie out of luck. No stars. We'll do the review next.
All right.
It's kind of Jimmy Day today. It's kind of Jimmy Day, but I got to tell you, the fans of the Opie and Anthony show took it upon themselves to make this a very nice day for you, Jimmy.
Yes.
Thank you.
A very nice day. I'm still calling it kind of Jimmy Day. I think at the end of the Lucky Louie season, I think we're going to do it upright.
Yes.
Really do it upright.
Which, according to Linda, get ready for next week.
So, but it's kind of Jimmy Day. I know some of the boys, some of the pests have planned some things for you.
Oh.
Ben got a band for you. They're going to play next a little bit. Huh?
Sabbath.
Yeah, Poe thinks Black Sabbath is here. He actually thinks Black Sabbath is here, right? Am I lying? Ben?
Hey.
Am I lying?
Nope.
And he doesn't think the band, he thinks the Boris Karloff movie.
We actually have Sabra Cadabra here.
I'm
Yes.
really excited.
The greatest Black Sabbath tribute band, so they're going to play a few
very
songs
pleased.
in and out of breaks for us today for kind of Jimmy Day. Kind of Jimmy Day.
Hysterical laughing.
Kind of Jimmy Day.
So Black Sabbath's here.
And one of the message boards that we're not allowed to mention here for some reason, they changed their entire board to reflect kind of Jimmy Day.
I know. I was a little annoyed with some of them, and I went on to post something at the end, and I went on, and it was all yellow in honor of me. And I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah, yellow. You know what? I didn't even get the yellow until just now. What an ass I am.
And I
What a
like
day we had yesterday, me and Jimmy
it was
and the
funny.
board.
Yeah, we'll get into that as
Oof.
well.
a couple of men.
But don't forget, later today, 6 p.m., Tower Records, 66th Street and Broadway. We'll be there hanging out with Jim Norton. The whole crew. So Linda, Stasi, no stars for Lucky Louie. But I say this is a good thing for Jim Norton
Absolutely.
and Louis C.K. and the rest of the gang as the show debuts Sunday night on HBO after Entourage, 10:30. Because if this broad likes your show, then you're in deep trouble
I told
creatively.
him in the break, I will take no stars over 1 or 1.5 stars. That's just like, ugh. But no stars, she's obviously got like a problem with it.
Bert from Philly wants to know if the 80-year-old college grad has pictures of Uncle Junior up on her dorm walls.
What kind of job is she going to get, and what is she proving?
Nothing.
Just read a few books at home.
Yeah.
Stop.
What did she major in? Diaper cleaning?
It's me.
Exactly.
It's all about me. Look at me.
Anyway,
Attention.
you want to read this Lucky Louie
It's very short.
review, Jimmy?
Yes. And this one, by the way, she annoys me less than that guy yesterday.
Really?
She really does, yeah. Because it's what you expect from a kind of like a soccer mom broad. What if you took the Honeymooners and placed it in 2006? Would it end up as ugly and slimy as Lucky Louie? HBO's misguided answer to the comedy void left by Sex and the City.
Another Sex and
The
City
comedy
reference.
void. That show was a comedy void, you dumb broads. That show stunk.
If the answer is yes, then the bigger question should be, how did we sink to this level?
How?
I don't know. Maybe because you're fat, Linda, and the floor caved in.
Hey, we need some dinners.
Well, yeah.
I got the dinners. Jimmy should get the dinners.
I would like. Wait, I will read that one again because
All
that
right.
does deserve. Hold on. If the answer is yes, then the bigger question is, how did we sink to this level? The show opens with Lou, a low-paid muffler installer, talking to his unpleasant preschool daughter.
Unpleasant. The girl's adorable.
She's as cute as a button. She is mean, though, which I like. Of
Is
course.
she mean?
Yeah, and that's the beauty of what she does. Of course, a fat lady doesn't like the fact that the kid is mean and adorable, but at times unlikable because she's just awful, which is...
You know what I found hysterical, too? That Louis pays no attention to what she's saying.
Yeah. He just
It's
fluffles her off.
hysterical, like he's walking her home from school or something. She's got a little backpack on, and she's talking about her day nonstop and won't shut up. And Louis not paying attention to anything she's saying, just opens the door to their apartment and kind of shoves her in there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. And they just close
Yeah,
the
okay.
door.
Well, that's honesty. Most parents don't listen to their kids.
Of course not.
They really don't. Who are you kidding?
Drivel.
She goes, and you get the impression that it's a boring Roseanne. You should be so lucky. Instead, it's a darkly depressing and, out come the quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy, end quote.
Oh, see, it's not really a comedy. It's a comedy.
About what Louis C.K. thinks is close to real-life fun. Honey, if that's your reality, Check me out now. Fat pig. All right.
Why is she allowed to still write? I mean, come on.
She writes like Mae West talks.
Yeah.
She's an old...
This is hack writing.
Honey, if that's your idea...
If you handed this in a writing class in college, they would laugh at you and say, change majors.
Yeah, you stink.
I'll tell you one thing, though. She really takes you to task. Oof. Louis and wife Kim live in a depressing honeymooners-era apartment with, yes, a dingy brown kitchen. I mean, really, who paints their kitchen brown?
She didn't like the color scheme of the kitchen.
Or the fact, does that not show
what a
you?
broad.
Does that not show you what a woman this is?
I pray there is not a Mr. Stasi. I pray that this woman is single, because that husband, the hell he must have to go through on a daily basis dealing with the likes of her.
If there is, what he's doing right now, he's got it tucked back like James Gum, and he's rearranging the guest bath soaps so she doesn't get upset when she comes home.
Refilling the potpourri and getting paints for the kitchen because it's getting a little dingy.
Well, who notices? It's supposed to be a dingy set.
Right.
But the fact that would bother you,
yeah,
you fat Friends lover, that's...
Who paints that? Yeah, the Friends apartment was fun. And had little tchotchkes on around and knick-knack and bric-a-brac. Fall on some sharp bric-a-brac in your house. I hate bric-a-brac.
Bric-a-brac stinks.
Knick-knacks. Paddywhack. Ugh.
My favorite is shell soap.
Shell soap in the bathroom.
And you're not allowed to use.
Potpourri and wicker. Anything rattan, wicker. Oh, you know the broad brought it in.
This is almost done. When Kim wants another baby, she tries to force Louis to have sex, but Louis prefers to masturbate to magazine. Oh, he probably can't say that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I'll rephrase.
You know what?
Rephrase.
When Kim wants,
wait. Yeah, start over.
When Kim wants another baby, she tries to force Louis to have sex, but Louis prefers to, let's just say, do it with himself, to a magazine layouts of Jessica Simpson, and then she writes, ew.
You know what's amazing about what you just did?
Ew.
This is in a paper.
Yes, I know.
But we're not allowed to read it word for word on a radio show.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
It makes no sense. The fact that she would go, ew, after someone does that to a layout of Jessica Simpson.
Ew.
That should show you what you need to know. There's the last paragraph. There's a lot of nasty-looking sex between Kim and Louis.
What?
Yeah, like in a couple of the episodes, they showed them having sex, and it's not pretty.
Oh, she saw 4 episodes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And even a full-frontal nude shot of Louis running out of bed.
Okay, now I'm offended.
Not a pretty sight. And that's the end of her review.
Oh, my goodness.
They're doing a whole montage on CNN.
The Opie and Anthony Show proudly presents A Journey Through Time, as seen through the eyes of Steve Carlisi. Neil Armstrong, July 16th, 1969.
One small step for man, one giant cock in my behind.
Lyndon B. Johnson, March 31st, 1968.
I shall not seek, nor shall I accept another term as your producer.
John F. Kennedy, January 20th, 1961.
Ask not what your producer can do for you, because it's nothing.
Franklin Roosevelt, March 4th, 1933.
There is nothing to fear but hard work.
Abraham Lincoln, June 1858.
A man divided against his own sexuality cannot stand. However, he can kneel and grab his toes.
Patrick Henry, March 23rd, 1775.
Give me liberty or give me cum. I'll take cum or both, but not just liberty. Liberty is nice, but not without cum, it's not.
This has been A Journey Through Time, as seen through the eyes of Steve Carlisi.
Fucking bravo. Fucking bravo. Fucking bravo, man. Holy shit.
I take both.